Demanding answers in Elizabeth City. Protesters out again tonight after a deputy shot and killed Andrew Brown Jr. There have been several arrests in the past 2 nights for breaking that 8 o'clock curfew. Tonight was no different. Thanks for staying up. I'm David Allen.
And I'm Nicole Livas. After more than a week of demonstrations, people there tell us they have no plans of letting up. Eugene Daniel talked to protesters joining forces to get justice for the Brown family.
In honor of a father, a cousin, an uncle, a friend, we will now take a minute for I have a moment of silence to pray for the children and the family of Andrew Brown.
On this day of protest, the crowd stops where Andrew Brown Jr. lived and died. It's there we also find artist and friend Ulysses Edwards. He's turning Brown's home into a mural.
To remind the protesters of why they're here.
The painting is on the mud-splattered wall from when a witness says Brown tried to drive away from deputies.
This is the 9th day of protest, and it takes a lot to keep that energy going and to keep people safe. And there are people in the crowd that have made it their mission to help do just that.
Who we want justice for? Andrew Brown. Say his name. Andrew Brown.
Kerwin Pittman drove 2.5 hours to provide food and water to people on the streets.
So without that water, man, people will not be out here in the streets like this. If they did, you would have more people falling out.
Veteran Sean McMillan leads a group pushing for community review boards for police departments across the state and wants to help his hometown any way he can.
We saw the tragedy here with Andrew Brown, and in it we saw the tragedy of dozens and dozens of other families.
In Elizabeth City, Eugene Daniel, 13 News Now.
Police say about 50 protesters were outside the sheriff's office past curfew tonight. Authorities gave their final warning at 9:30 before moving in to make arrest. The crowd has since dispersed and the road is back open. We are working to find out if anyone was taken into custody.